This is amazing.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
What happens when two stoners with moderate amounts of money live in the same place for 3 years?
I thrive in chaos.
Yeah.
If my work desk is clean, I feel I'm missing something. So yeah, and I live with my two boys, are 22 and 20. So
Oh. They just. All right.
all you're missing is Whataburger packs and Cane's chicken.
Yeah.
And
Well, if you saw that black bag outside, we cleaned up a lot before you guys came here.
That's so funny. Yeah.
There was like an hour bench clean to get it to this level of disarray.
Dude, the 20-year-olds eating fast food, I don't think that will ever change. Just
No.
like they don't know how to cook yet. Like you didn't start cooking until this year?
Not until my 30s.
Yeah.
Like
no, even if they do, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because cooking involves
Yeah.
preparing,
Mm-hmm.
cooking, washing, cleaning. I would rather have them go and get something.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, hey, can I steal a few fries off your...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my addiction comes in.
There
That's
you go.
crazy. I never thought about. I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but I wouldn't have thought culturally like Indian people would eat fast food because
my
you never
kids-
see it. Like
Yeah, my kids are American.
Yeah.
My kids are American, and then,
Assimilation.
Yeah. and like every culture, there's always quick fried snack
Yeah.
anywhere. So yes, there is fast food. It's just not served in a drive-through. You
Yeah.
get out of your car, go to a grocery store, grab
Dude.
some samosas.
Yeah, the dude in the street. There's always
There's always a dude in the street.
There's always a dude. Yeah, like I was trying to do a bit about like say what you want about colonialism. Great sandwiches, all right. You know, like you can't have a delicious banh mi without oppressing the Vietnamese.
Right.
You know.
Of course.
What
And the Western civilization brought bread
Yeah.
to cultures like India. When we grew up, our bread was flat.
Yeah.
But then the bread showed up.
Yeah.
And the British in India brought in the mills and the clothing market.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were fed off a meal of bread
Mm-hmm.
and curry. There's a dish. It's called pav bhaji. It
Mm-hmm.
is perfect combination of Western civilization and Indian food.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Well, just
anytime you hit a place where two cultures had to mesh, they all just keep the best parts of their food.
yeah. I mean that's
Like
the American experiment, right? Like it's not good. You know? Like,
It's what people could adapt to quickly,
mm-hmm.
and that comes back to the fast food right now. Like,
Mhm.
if I'm hungry, I'm gonna drive through 30 seconds. I have food
Mm-hmm.
versus actually sitting down and putting something together,
Right. Exactly.
which
Yeah.
I still do, but I hate doing it.
Yeah. I went to I made a bologna sandwich today, and I fried the bologny, did a little bit of cheese, a little bit of bib lettuce, a little tomato for the crunch. It's great.
I've had some dental work done 2 weeks ago, and they put in temporary crowns.
Oh.
So I'm like on a restriction of what I can eat until they put the permanent ones in a few days. So I haven't like had anything that requires much chewing since second week. of
Let's talk
January.
more about chewing.
Yeah.
All right. So what are your favorite things to chew?
Like I am missing steak right now. No offense.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring that. I'm sorry, I'm eating this.
Before we got onto the pod, sorry, this is Malay.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Vyas.
Vyas.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
Vyas.
it was Vyas or Vyas. I didn't want to miss
Vyas.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was
third
more-
year in comedy?
Third year in American comedy, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Many more in Indian comedy
Yeah.
because that's how I got. It wasn't called comedy back then, but when you were in high school and you're not good at sports or you're not good in studies, to attract the female attention, what do? You get on the school debate team.
There you go.
And then you try to act funny and you get slapped by the principal because you try to act funny. So yeah.
That's great. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's multicultural too. Like every young man goes, well, shit, I'm not good at whatever sport, or I'm not tall. Fuck it, I gotta be funny somehow.
I'm gonna come off so fucking ignorant in this podcast, but there's so many questions I just want to ask.
Go ahead.
I would not have thought like seeking female attention would even be like a consideration because I thought they were arranged marriages.
That's the managed part of it. This is in middle school.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Marriage is one thing. I'm talking pussy, dog.
Okay.
Every 12-year-old is
Every 12-year-old.
Teenagers in every culture. Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I do like asking fun questions like that because, all right, like.
Every time I'm in New York doing comedy, I go like, "Where did your teenagers fuck?" Because like
There's
like,
no space.
There's no
space.
exactly.
There's no space. You find it.
Yeah.
You find a taxi and tell the taxi driver, give him money and say, you go away. Just
Yeah,
leave the taxi.
well, yeah, that's why like. I don't know, I guess, and this is just like white rural shit, like PDA is so uncomfortable for us just because you can go to like a sequestered place and like love each other, whereas like in big cities you have to be like, ugh.
I have the weirdest like combination hybrid of that. I don't like PDA. I don't like doing it. I don't like kissing somebody in public. But I will have sex in public if the place is abandoned enough.
That is a sense of adventure. Take it to the next level.
In the 600 section of Reliance Stadium when the Texans were going 2-14 that year and nobody was going to the games, I had sex there.
Was that 2015?
There actually, I'd have to look it up. There's been like 6 seasons.
Yeah. We've had some really bad seasons.
I want to say 2016 or 17.
Yeah, there we go.
That's why I want to go to Texans games, but they're expensive now, so yeah.
We sell out too many tickets. There's too many people in your section.
Right.
It's
You
awkward.
can't do it at a cricket game.
No.
Because they'll always be full.
Yeah.
If you're having sex in a cricket game, the little street hawker will knock on your back and say, "Hey, you want a samosa?"
Cricket is one of the 2 sports, man, that I've watched. 3, actually, if we call in curling a sport, that I've watched repeatedly to try to understand the rules, and I still don't. Cricket and rugby. I've watched entire games and still had no fucking clue how they're scoring things.
I mean, that's all the British fault. That's
Yes,
the British.
that's-
The British are.
British have complicated rules for everything. Cricket, parliamentary democracy.
But here's a sport that has a break for tea.
Yeah.
3:30 in the afternoon, players come on, we will have tea.
Snapping at people.
Baseball
They used to have a next
players.
day.
Baseball players should have to drink during the 7th inning stretch.
Right. Yeah, that's
That would make it a
Makes
much
sense.
more watchable sport if you had to just like rail shots during the 7th inning stretch, try to make it to the 9th and close a game.
no games would go past 9 innings.
Exactly.
Players falling off. Yeah, we were. I moved to the U.S. in 2002, and the first state I
Rough
landed in-
time.
2002?
2002.
So you saw 9/11 and it's like,
Right after my
this will be a good time for
yeah, it was a
Indians.
good time, and I was in a place called Louisville, Kentucky.
I know Louisville.
I could see that they were
Louisville. They're
like, oh.
shout out Comedy Caravan in Louisville, Kentucky.
For taking me and Jerry winning Longmire there. Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky. They used to have a small comedy club on Bardstown Road, and that time I wouldn't have dared think about doing stand-up comedy in the U.S. But we went out there, just sat in the back because we didn't want to get picked on.
right.
Only brown people in the crowd, so yeah, it was interesting. But it was.
Before we go that,
Yeah.
I want to take it a step back
Sure.
because just the choice to leave your country to go to a whole new country. Well, like what drove that decision? It's a very brave decision.
So when we all grew up, we were all told that America is the ultimate destination. Okay, my uncle came to the U.S. in the 70s. He was one of the smartest persons I know. He was the top 20 engineers in India in his batch.
Yeah.
We always thought only the smart people get to the U.S. Now I look around.
Yeah. No, it's
But it was work. It was work.
absolutely.
I moved from India to Japan. I stayed in Japan for a year as a single unmarried person in Japan. In the 90s, life was very interesting. Yeah. And then lived in Singapore, Indonesia. And it was from Indonesia that I got a job in Louisville through a website called monster.com. You guys remember that?
I remember.
The first ever job seeking
Yeah, the
website?
first ever job site. They had
Super Bowl ads
Yeah.
back in the day too, where it was like
monster.com.
Monster.com, and then there was
GoDaddy.com.
I'm old enough to remember Ask Jeeves.
There you go. Yeah. There.
So I applied for a job, and at 1 in the night my phone rings,
Yeah.
and so I'm calling from Louisville.
Hi there, how you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm like, where is Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah.
And they interviewed me, then they called me into Louisville. I flew in for 24 hours.
Yeah.
From Jakarta to Cincinnati, back within
Yeah.
24 hours out. And then they hired me to come to Louisville. I had to actually pull out the map and look at, okay, they said, look up Chicago and draw a straight line south.
Yep.
Go across Louisville. I'm like, okay, fine, fair enough. But it was very interesting to come from Jakarta, which is a city of 20 million
I mean,
people.
it's one of the biggest cities in the
Yeah.
whole fucking world. It's
Yeah.
like bigger than NYC. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it got to Louisville, we were looking for apartments where we could see someone walk by. Like,
Now you gotta go to the Garden Arms.
Or something. Yeah. No. The Louisville.
I like Louisville a lot.
Louisville's a
They
nice
got
place.
they got a bunch of cool stuff in Louisville. They've got the Skyline chili. Where
Yeah.
they put chili on spaghetti with cinnamon in it, and that's a
It's got the best spaghetti factory in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been to other spaghetti factory or spaghetti warehouse,
All right.
the big one. And this one by far was the best.
It's a good one.
And the slugger.
Yeah,
baseball
they make
museum,
the Louisville Slugger.
the slugger. And then I didn't realize how big college sports was till
Yeah.
I saw a University of Louisville teammate, my colleague, fist fight with a UK.
Yeah.
University of Kentucky.
Yeah.
graduate. They had a fist fight at the office reception over some tickets. That somebody I'm like, what's going on? They said that, and back then it was the war against Iraq. Was going on.
Yeah. Exactly.
And somebody told me that if University of Louisville is playing Iraq, we would support Iraq.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, okay, college sports is a thing, because outside the US you
Well,
don't hear
I
about
mean,
it.
it's college sports. The only reason it's a thing is because it grew out of the amateurism of and like I don't know, the South never had any pro teams, so it's a bunch of like dumb guys being like, fuck it, we'll root
We'll
for
do
them.
it.
Yeah, no, like most of the people who call into the Paul Feinbaum show, just bitching about Alabama did
Yeah.
not go to the University of Alabama. You know.
You can just stop it. Didn't go to university.
Yeah.
For most of the people calling into that show.
So
Yeah.
they were lucky enough to go to a community college.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, I remember when I was working in Mississippi, and I was at a high school football game, and it was senior night,
Okay.
and they were all.
and it was just all these It was at Itawamba Agricultural High School in Fulton, Mississippi, and it just comes out, and all the senior girls, they're all going to college. They all want to be nurses and stuff, and it's just all the boys would come out, and it was just, this is Bo Barnhart, and he wants to go work at the Caterpillar factory like his father. And you just go, all right, well, like,
But people cheer for that.
good luck. Yeah,
People cheer for that.
good luck. They just opened up a Milwaukee plant outside of Oxford, Mississippi. So God
Yeah,
bless them.
that's when I also learned about office sports.
yeah, intramurals.
Oh yes, we had a co-ed, a mixed men and women softball team,
Mm-hmm.
and we played in Old Town Louisville next to a railroad track, and beer was $1 a can.
Yeah.
People showed up at 6 o'clock for a 7 p.m. game. By 7 p.m., people are swinging like
Bomb.
swaying and drunk, and outfielders falling down. But that was some amazing time playing softball.
Yeah, my work has a softball team. We play on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It's exactly as you
No,
described.
it's still going down. No, I love, because I like to try to get the comics to do stuff like that, but getting comics to do things together, it's like herding cats, and it's
Also, there's not a lot of athletes in the Houston.
We used to play pickup basketball, but yeah.
there were enough fist fights. They tried to,
Yes.
I don't know,
Just because you can shoot a jumper doesn't mean you can work weekends,
Be
motherfucker.
the shittiest comics with the best jump shots.
If only you would write it 5 minutes instead of.
We know what you're practicing on, and you need to shift priorities.
Need to keep that separate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stuff.
No, my dad used to get bombed at those two. My dad was an accountant, and then because it's funny because you would play like different companies, and they would like
Like playing the guys who worked in like a warehouse, like a bunch of jack dudes
Oh,
versus
yeah.
a bunch of shit talking accountants. They're like, this motherfucker drove up in an $80,000 goddamn truck, like, BAM!
Hit it outside the park.
Yeah.
We're just hot shotting shit up the middle, trying to take
So
somebody's
were your
head
kids
off.
born in Louisville too?
My older one was born in Louisville.
Yeah, and then younger.
The younger one is a Sugarland product.
There you go, product of
For
sugar.
years, we used to tell him, hey, there was a spaceship that crash landed there, and out you came. Remember the movie?
Yeah.
Till he was 6, he believed that spaceship brought him over. But yes, yeah, we got rednecks, best of both worlds, Louisville and Sugarland.
There you go.
Yeah. But they identify as Americans. So.
They are Americans, and yeah, and since 2026, they can identify.
One of them even voted for Trump. I won't say which one, but one of them did.
How do you identify at this point, like internally?
Internally, I'm still left of the center. Even
Not
as
politically. Like, do you consider yourself an Indian American or an
I
American?
am an Indian American.
Yeah.
I am an Indian American. People ask me, hey, and this is a common discussion in the Indian South Asian circle is, would you be able to go home and retire? Which is, would you be able to move back?
Yeah.
And sentimentally, people say yes, yeah, my family's home is there and all that, but it's difficult to adjust after you spend 25, 30 years here.
Mhm.
It's a different life.
Are
Yeah.
there parts of there you still miss? Like
Friends,
the people
the
more than the things?
people. My hometown. I miss my hometown. I'm going there in a month's time. I'll still go around by myself to spots that take me back in time because hey, this is where this happened. You know, my old college canteen where instead of engineering classes, I would sit and sip a cup of tea all day long, figuring out how to get on stage next
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Those are the places you miss. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, as well, because you're a native Houstonian, so like, which is
Sort of like
Lamar,
Lamar Dallas,
yeah. I don't know.
What's really weird is that like my hometown was really poor when I grew up. So almost everything, even down to my high school and middle school, that I had any attachment has been completely leveled and rebuilt since they've been building up the town. Like my town's gotten a lot nicer, but it's not familiar to me at all anymore. Like we don't even have the high school football stadium where like we used to play that I can drive by. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that has
everything
happened.
is-
That has happened to. I mean, when we grew up in India, it was not a liberalized country economically. We saw the liberalization happen.
The guy who was the president like 5 or 10 years ago who ran on the platform of getting everyone an indoor toilet. Like, and
Yeah, that's the prime minister now.
That's
Modi.
That's Modi. All right,
That's
Modi.
Modi.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I
But-
wasn't trying to. Yeah.
No, but I remember when my US-based uncle would come over and he would ask us, hey, what do you want me to bring? And I would be the Wrigley chewing gum. That was a novelty. I would carry it around.
Fucking sick. Yeah.
Like, okay, I have the green pack of Wrigley chewing gums, and my friends would chase me down. Hey, Malay, can I get
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
And I would
yeah.
tear half off. And
What do you think I'm made of chewing gum?
that 12 pack lasted me a year.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the first time I saw a cassette player was when I was 11, 12, and that was a gift from one of the uncles from overseas. So this is a cassette player that plays music. So
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So the government had to build the country up. In 1947, we got independent from the British. There was nothing. So the government had to bring it up. So there was a lot of socialism. But then 92 is when liberalization happened, and then American companies. You started seeing Head and Shoulders shampoos in the grocery store. They're like, okay, Americans are here now.
Yeah.
There was a weird like culture cross around like 2003, 2004 because when I was first starting, I joined this company and basically I lied on my resume. Like,
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
not that one.
Oh, okay.
I lied on my resume a lot.
Everybody does.
Yeah, he's talking about one time I worked for the Saudi consulate as a document translator from Arabic to English.
Okay.
I don't speak, read, or write Arabic.
This says dear sir, because that's what all. Oh,
Yeah.
go this way.
I was just drawing random symbols for 2 weeks so they double checked my work and
Wow.
fired me.
What the fuck is this? Is this wingdings?
No, but like I took a job.
Wingdings.
I took a job as an HTML website designer, as a programmer,
Okay.
and I did not program.
Okay.
But there was an Indian gentleman named Bhaskar who literally every night after work would hours just teaching me, all right, here's how you build cells, here's how you build tables. And like, so I spent a lot of time like second-handedly absorbing Indian tech culture in the early 2000s.
There you go.
And like just the most patient people.
That's only with white people.
Yeah.
That's only with white people.
Yeah!
If you're still in touch with Bhaskar, and if he invites you over to his birthday party or whatever kid's birthday, he's actually showing you off.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
white friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, we count our achievements, the number of white people that come to our
Exactly.
parties.
That's a great number of.
Would you like to come on our birthday? Yeah, sure. It's like kind of like when Japanese guys or Chinese guys hire a white guy to be like pretend to be a
Yes,
big businessman or something.
How did y'all all decide to flip Sugarland?
I have no idea.
So
Yeah.
Is
All
there
right.
like a signal they shot in the sky? Like,
So somebody I know who's been in Houston for a long time, an Indian person, he said that was the clear shot 59 to downtown where all of those places worked, and KD wasn't developed yet.
Mhm.
And the north was considered, oh, white people there.
yeah.
So outside the loop, first place they found was Sugarland, and that's where everybody parked.
Right. Well, and then because I heard a couple of things about this.
Yeah.
So one, and also the doctors who were driving into town off of what is that? 288? Is that no?
90.
The 290. Yeah, the 290. The sun's not in your eyes when you're driving to work, and it's not in your eyes when you're driving.
Yeah.
That's so underrated as a thing when you're looking at
yeah,
places.
no, 100%.
But it's so
You go on
important.
I-10, you realize.
Yeah. No, if you're
No, I go the correct direction on I-10 to work each way.
yeah.
And if I did not, I would be miserable.
No, dude. Sometimes when I'm driving back from a long road trip through Louisiana, just driving. So I'm driving from Louisiana to Houston, and I can see just the sun is about to blind me
Yeah.
for the next just couple of. You're just like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my kids studied in El Paso for a year, and I know
Yeah.
it was tough.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'm not leaving in the evening. It's
Yeah, no, you're just like, I'm just,
difficult.
yeah.
So I heard that part, yeah, and then also.
That's also the reason, if you know, the most Indian population is concentrated around New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
is because we landed in New York and it's like, okay, there's a state over. We just leave.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
We don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, we have no problem with that. Yeah, no, that's.
New Jersey is the 27th state of India.
No,
I was one of my friend's moms is she's a waitress in an Olive Garden in New Jersey,
and she's an Italian lady, and so like,
you know, he's like, how could you work at the Olive Garden? And she's just like, there are Indian families that will wait in line for hours at the Olive Garden, and I don't need any of you goddamn.
you know, it's like.
And then they'll ask for the spicy
Yeah.
That was so when I first moved to Houston, I was a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I tried eating meat, and it was all too bland for me. And I was with a customer at a fancy steak place, and they brought the meat out, and I immediately said, "Hey, do you have Tabasco?" The chef walked out. He exploded, like, who at this table asked for it? Sorry. I offended
I like
someone.
spicy
for-
shit. Yeah.
But then I explained, look, for me to consume meat, it has to have some spice. So then he understood, but it was a big insult for him.
Yeah, no,
And this
yeah.
was that $50 plate
Yeah,
steak
yeah.
place. So yeah.
Those steak pieces are so funny. Those corporate owned ones. Yeah.
I spend an unnatural amount of time cooking steak.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the few things, like, in life I've tried to be really, really excellent at.
Yeah.
Like, almost as much as comedy. Like, I want to be, seriously, like, I
No,
want to be able
you
to
can
put
send
my,
pictures to me. Yeah.
like, I've studied chef techniques, like, I've taken culinary videos, like, I have equipment and shit in here that you shouldn't have in a 2-bedroom stoner apartment.
That's something I really appreciate is the dedication towards cooking. I mean, across cultures in Houston, I've seen it the most in Houston. Like people, hey, we're cooking something, my neighbors, and I would stand outside and smell, oh, that's good smell coming from Brian's place. But yeah, I bought a grill. I finally bought a grill last summer, tried to do something, but my kids take over and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
exactly. Thanks, Dad.
For me, like, I'm really bad at like showing appreciation to people and buying gifts and shit. But if I can at least like feed you, then I feel like I can show like, hey, you're my friend.
Yes, that's great.
So I try to be good at it, but
You're the best, man. No, you
Take good care of me, Daddy.
thing I was wondering, like, as someone, you're actually the first multilingual comic that I've really met.
Mhm.
I mean, I think I know Spanish comics, but I don't really talk to them. But like,
They don't. No, just because Spanish comics use a Spanish word as a punchline.
I don't think they know
That's-
Spanish.
Yeah,
Like, if
so
you
I was
put a
talking
gun-
to my tío, and everyone's like, yeah.
Like, if you put a gun to my head right now, I don't think Jose Pena knows Spanish.
No way.
I got no proof either way. Sorry if you watch this program. Money on the table. I don't think so, dog. But like, do you find yourself thinking of jokes in English or Hindi?
Yeah, Hindi. So I started with Hindi comedy, and that was just for the fun to do it. Yeah. I tell people, when people ask me, hey, when did you first start doing comedy in the U.S.? And I would tell them 2005, the old Houston Improv.
Yeah, buddy.
That was and people don't believe me. They're like, nah, you're not good enough for that. I was there as an invitation as a guest spot for someone.
Yeah.
And I did 5 minutes in front of brown people. I liked it. But we had young kids at home. I'm like, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
And then I started doing sets for fundraisers. There's a lot of non-profits.
Sure.
They come and do, hey, for the poor child in India in
Yeah.
school. And
No, I mean,
then you come and do 5 minutes.
Houston has, I think, like the second or third largest Indian community in the country, something like that. Like, there's
Yeah, third or
in
fourth.
the greater Houston area, there are a bunch of Indian comics that come through Houston.
Yes,
Like
yes.
every Indian comic who's been on TV comes
Yeah,
to Houston.
yeah.
I've been shitty and I've been like,
oh, they're on the curry circuit because
you'll see Indians guy. They're like
we're hitting Trenton, New Jersey.
somewhere outside of Chicago,
Yeah.
like Houston, and then like
So there is a difference there.
the
too.
Bay. Yeah.
But the comedy journey was, seriously started in 2017 when one of the Indian comics, and Indian comedy grew since 2010. It ramped up. Right now, the biggest Indian comics have more than 1 million followers.
100%.
And
They-
they are Netflix stars.
There's a lady who got to go to the what's her name?
Zanagar.
Yeah,
Zanagar,
she was over there. She did the Riyadh festival.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
So-
the Akash things or something.
Yeah.
But again, the difference here is somebody like Akash Singh or some of the Houston comics.
Yeah.
There's a specific difference between South Asians. I wouldn't say just Indians. I would use the word South Asians
Yeah.
who were born here
Mm-hmm.
and who immigrated here as
Adults, yeah.
as adults. So we don't interact with each other as much. And we call them people who are born here, like my kids. We call them ABCDs, which is American born, confused. This is the word we use for South Asians. Because they culturally, I mean, my kids don't speak Hindi, but they'll be humming a Bollywood song. Or, what's going on here? So that the Akash Singhs and the comics that come appeal to the South Asian population are the population is the ABCDs, and then there are Hindi comics who come from India.
There's a generational gap.
yeah,
all
that's a
right.
generation.
All
That's
right,
a
yeah.
Is
generation.
one easier for you than the other?
Uh,
Doing in Hindi or
Hindi is easier because the cuss words come out
Yeah.
like that. With American comedy, I have to force myself
To cuss?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's so funny.
yeah, because
That's
you
such
grow
a funny-
up, like, you
that's
grow
such a
up
funny-
with
I've never-
cuss words.
that's the best. I'm so
I've
glad
never
I asked
thought
that
about
question.
that,
That's such a good answer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder to swear in the other language.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to swear it in channel 2. If you were like,
Yeah.
like that's If I'm doing if I'm doing comedy in Spanish and I'm just
I
like,
gotta
so
think
like,
for a second. Cállate.
Puta! Yeah.
I wouldn't, if something were to happen to me, I'm doing a set, I wouldn't say the F word in my mind, but my mind goes Sala Chutia.
yeah.
That's how it's
Yeah.
in my brain. But doing Indian comedy, there were few set rules I opened for a lot of visiting Indian comedy.
Yeah.
Like Zakir Khan, the guy who came in and filled up the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
He's coming to Houston. He's doing it at Energy Arena in April. He has a show. I opened for him, but and a lot of big stars. And I know the audience is not there for me. They're
Right.
there for the star. But the clear guidelines are clean comedy, no crowd work, no picking up on anyone. Leave that aside. 7-8 minutes done, you're out. So till I started doing American comedy, I had no idea how to do crowd work or say cuss words because
Yeah.
I was never
Because
trained
you were told to
that
be the
stuff.
clean guy.
Yeah. I wrote my first dirty joke and I had to run that by a few of my comic friends. I'm like, guys, does this even make sense?
Yeah.
I wrote it, but I don't know.
That's gotta be hard. Like, not only do you have to be like, is this joke gonna work? Like, is this joke decipherable? That's a crazy barrier to have to switch
It is.
into.
But there are a couple of jokes that I tried in Hindi and tried the same joke for an American audience, and those have worked both sides. This joke about you're a white person being on display at an Indian friend's place works really well in Hindi as well.
That's great.
Because Indian people know
They
what
know.
they're doing.
Yeah.
This one time I did a 1 minute set at Jeff Joe's mic
Yeah.
at the Rai. It was full minute in Hindi.
Awesome.
And I said, I'm going to take a chance. I don't care if the audience follows me
Yeah.
or not, but it's with words, English words thrown in at key points.
That's funny.
And that worked out because I would say something like, I'll do it in Hindi. I opened with like, मेरा नाम मलय है, मैं यहाँ से नहीं हूँ, मैं दूर शहर से हूँ, जिसका नाम है Sugarland, Texas.
Yeah.
See?
Well, that's some of the funniest. Yeah, I love
People want to catch up. If you can
Yes.
get a second and a half ahead of people and have them click and then
Right.
be with you, they love you.
Right. And I was surprised. I'm like, okay, let's try this. It worked. So
that's another beautiful cultural exchange thing because like listening to I like to listen to Mexican radio sometimes when I'm up early in the fucking morning.
or soccer games.
Yeah. Well,
You'll just hear like estamos en internet and you're
like,
What's crazy to me is like when you hear sentences,
Donald Trump.
when you hear shit like that, you're like, you've had like 20 years to make a word for internet.
You haven't made it yet.
Yeah.
That's how even in Hindi there are words that we use from English which we don't even think twice. So there's no word for this in Hindi. I'm like, okay, screw that.
Yeah.
It's an English word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we call it the English comedy.
There you go.
It's a mix. It's a mix.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's super funny.
Yeah, I got to open for Masood Baumgart
Uh-huh.
at the Improv the other day, and like,
I do love the Hindis showing up for other Hindis and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And, like, or even I guess it's more because Masood, I think he's Pakistani, which y'all I don't know the beef.
We're the same people.
Yeah.
And beef is God. No, just
We both agree beef is gone. We just go about worshiping
Well,
it differently.
there you go.
Well, Will, how would you describe the difference between Mississippi and Alabama?
Yeah.
We're the same people.
Yeah, exactly.
When we come here in the US, we all are same people.
Yeah.
Except the day of the cricket game.
Yeah.
India versus Pakistan cricket game.
I mean, when Panama played Panama played Honduras at the U of H stadium, like, I was like, I can't tell the difference between these people. They apparently,
So I did this. There was
Is he waving a scuba flag, or is that did I just insult? Yeah.
Isn't it bad with a like team or country that you're rivals with in your heart? You're like, they have a better flag than us.
Yeah.
that happens, but people don't admit.
oh, dude,
No, never.
Even
no,
if
I think
Nobody wants to be like, the American flag kind of sucks.
Louisiana State University has the gold and purple
Do I think it is an excellent color scheme? As a man, absolutely. As a University of Mississippi fan,
No.
they're kid fuckers, and they can all go
As
to
a
hell.
fan of the English language, the fact that you call yourselves old
Yeah.
because you can't just spring for old.
No, well, there's plenty of arguments for why it's called Ole Miss. It's,
I'm aware, and they all
ended slavery.
Yeah, but there was a World Cup cricket game between India and Pakistan, and India won a very close game. And the very next day, I wore my India shirt and walked into my favorite Pakistani restaurant. I'm like, you know what? I'm balancing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
I know.
Houston has that great friendship within the South Asian culture.
Yeah.
But then politics takes things away. It's the politicians that do.
There's one of my buddies, she's right for SNL now, she's Nepalese.
Okay.
Which, does that still considered South Asian?
It's South Asian. It's
Yeah.
sandwiched between India and China.
Yeah.
A small strip of land. So yeah, cool. Nepalese are for a long time.
They're
India-
mountain people.
Yeah, mountain people. But there was no border between India and Nepal. You could just walk into Nepal from India. Now
Awesome.
they're doing something, I guess. But you saw when Nepal, the younger generation brought the government down
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Dude, they tweeted
Yeah,
the
they
government
tweeted
down.
the government down.
Yeah,
You missed the whole revolution?
No, they had an anime flag from an anime show, and I was like, I'm
That
gonna,
was the internet bringing that. That's crowdsourcing the fall of a government.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a big revolution.
cool.
I was joking with my Nepalese friend. I'm like, you're better than just cooking everything. Nepalese are better cook of Indian curries than some of the Indians.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Well,
because
because
Mexican people make better Chinese food.
people make better Indian curries too.
Mexican people are better at cooking every culture's
that
cook.
was So the Mexicans. Well, we've had this discussion before. Is it this is chicken or an egg discussion? All right, like if I dropped a Mexican baby off in England, would they become an amazing cook? Is that
I think so.
yeah.
I can't give you a logical argument, but I feel like
But look at it this way, right? Everybody admits that Mexican food is amazing.
Yes.
But if you look at it from a 30,000 foot viewpoint, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? You have a tortilla, you put cheese on it and fold it, becomes a quesadilla, you roll it, it's a taco.
Yeah.
And if you
You
serve
put
it
more
in-
cheese on it, it becomes an enchilada.
Right,
Yeah,
you fry it,
you
it's
tuck
the
it to
same.
itself, it's a burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if it's to be done by yourself, it's chicken fajitas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's the attention to details that makes them much better cooks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Once again, this is another cultural. It's not appropriate. It's exchange. Cultural exchange is important, and I think it creates because like Mexicans got really good at cooking roasted meat and making beer from the Germans. There was a German guy. Who he had an accordion and a tuba and a recipe for light beer, and then the Mexicans were like, "This is pretty cool. Do you mind if we make this ours?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest wine company in India, the biggest winery,
Yeah.
was created by an Indian tech guy who moved from Napa Valley to India.
India.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna make wine.
He was like, all right, this is the same.
He reinvested all his money in
Yeah.
the wine brand, and that's one of the biggest wine brands in India.
That's awesome.
But wine as a drink was referred to in our holy books.
Yeah.
It's the gods used to drink wine, and the weed part of it.
Yeah.
Weed was invented by Indian gods as well. So,
And
yeah,
eating ass. Eating ass was in the Kama Sutra.
it is.
No. All these Gen Z kids are like, we've been eating ass, and y'all are like, we've been eating ass for thousands of years, buddy.
Alright. I know you have to go somewhere
Well,
soon.
Yeah.
To get to Sugarland.
Yeah. Oh, you got your.
the open mic
Yeah,
stuff.
Also, so I have one question, and then I'll give you the platform if there's anything you want to give to people. But As someone who's lived in India and come to here, do you feel like the portrayal of Indian culture in American pop culture is fair, unfair?
That's so funny. Hey, here's a super complex cultural thing.
Yeah.
I know you've got 1 minute. Let me
Yeah,
frame,
no, take
let me
it.
frame this in a yes or no.
And now you
You
understand.
dickhead.
And now you understand why I'm an asshole. Because I could have asked that and then give a thorough. I entertained myself.
That's funny.
That was like my
That's
most
funny.
introspective, deep question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, do you feel like the American pop culture portrayal of Indians is a fair representation of the things that they've taken? Unfair? Are we
We're
just
still-
making shit up about the elephants at every wedding? Like,
Yeah, we're still being cast into a certain.
I do assume you know synchronized dances.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
100%.
No, but that's also something we've done to ourselves. The elephant thing, right? I saw a wedding of a Houston businessman, Indian origin businessman. His son got married at one of the hotels in Las Vegas, and they had elephants come to the hotel front entrance. So we are being caricatured into that, but we do it to ourselves too. It's like, oh, we'll bring elephants because we are seen with elephants.
As
The
a
elephant thing
Southern
is fucking
man,
cool to me.
as a
If you have the
Southern,
money.
I empathize.
Like,
I empathize with that. Yeah. Do Southerners get stereotyped into things? Do we stereotype ourselves into things? Like,
Right.
God damn it. If another one of my cousins gets married at a barn, like, you know, like it's like, why do you want Southerners to always be associated with like agrarian bullshit? Like, it's like, well, stop getting married at plantations and barns. Maybe you can change that. You know, like if you don't want us everyone to think of people from Mississippi as gas station employees, then stop fucking employing yourselves at gas stations and spitting on the fucking ground.
It's the tech stereotyping as well.
Mhm.
I'm not a computer guy. I mean, I only use my laptop to surf the internet. But I have friends who are deep into tech, and we talk about AI. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, AI is messing up the tech careers of a few people. And then you turn around and ask them, hey, what's your kid doing in college? And they're like, computer engineering.
Yeah.
You're putting them back in
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
Well, no, and like, all right, sorry, just to leapfrog, and then we'll get at. Just to leapfrog back, because like, it's so funny because my parents moved to Houston from Mississippi, and so I used to make the comparison, like a totally different fucking, you know, like
Yeah.
Mississippi's crazy. It's not India different, I don't think, but it's like asking my mom and my dad, like, hey, are you gonna go back and retire in Mississippi? They were like, I don't know, it's a crazy big adjustment.
I can't move out of Houston. I
No,
don't think I'll be able to live anywhere else in the US.
I think I like it. I like it here. And
we've had this conversation before, like with all the things we can do in the scene, I don't want to move, man. Like I've been to the other cities, they don't seem radically different enough to justify
we've got big butted women here, and
there's good food here,
good
there's
food,
stage
yeah.
time here,
Yeah.
there's like
Most of our sports teams suck. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
that builds character.
It does. It does.
If you win all the time, you become like those Yankee
Yeah.
assholes.
So because
Furious
I moved to Houston, all my sports loyalties are with Houston teams. Doesn't matter how bad we were in the Derek Carr days with SXs.
yeah.
But my loyalties are always with Houston, no matter what happens.
My loyalty is a little split because for the first 20 years of my life, I lived in Houston. Then I spent 4 years living in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I moved back. So like I'll always kind of secondarily cheer for the Tampa teams.
Right.
But it almost never comes into conflict because Houston and Tampa are never good at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the Bucks had one good year in 2003, but like
That's it.
And then Tom Brady. But
yeah, the Brady year doesn't count. That was just like that wasn't even our Super Bowl ring. That was just where he happened to go.
Our Super Bowl ring.
But anyway, we got a couple of minutes left.
Sure.
Is there anything like you want to get out to the audiences? Anything
Yeah,
you want to let people know about you?
especially if my South Asian friends are listening. I'm trying to get a South Asian comedy show going in Hindi and Urdu. We're doing a show on February 8th, which is the Super Bowl day. But hey, the Texans are not in
buddy.
the Super Bowl. But I urge them to speak up.
Mhm.
Here's a platform to come out and tell us your stories, because as you mentioned, a lot of South Asian population is going to get old here. They're going to retire in Houston. They're not going back home. Your stories don't need not disappear with you. So
Yep.
there are people. I mean, we did this one show, storytelling show, where the guy came up and said he came to Houston 35 years ago, worked for an oil and gas company. He was deputed to somewhere in South America, got kidnapped by the rebels. And then he told them he's from India and knew a Bollywood star. They let him go. Okay, so those are the kind of stories that don't come out as often. So I encourage them to speak out. And anybody else who's listening, keep following live comedy, guys. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Blake.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming,
man.
man. This was a very interesting
Thank you.
conversation. I really appreciate
Sorry,
it.
I got to rush for the open mic duty calls. So.
Yeah.
No, we don't go
You
much
can
longer
find
than
him.
this
You can
anyway.
find Malay every Tuesday at Imperial Winery Brewery or Imperial Winery
Imperial
in
Winery.
Sugarland, Texas. Malay's a great comic. I've seen him crush.
What's your social media, brother?
Old Monk MV.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not of my age. It's Old Monk is a brand of rum I grew up drinking.
There you
that
go.
tastes exactly like cough syrup.
Yeah.
It's cough syrup and soda, so it's that's
Yeah,
Old
yeah,
Monk.
that's very
I
Houston
grew
of
up
you.
drinking
That's
cough
very
syrup and
Houston
soda.
of you.
By the way, Old Monk is available at local liquor stores. Yeah,
Do you think my liquor store guy will go, excellent choice if I get some
Yeah.
old vodka?
good
You're
luck.
like, Will has it in.
There we go.
Find me on Instagram at Very Dark Comedy and our Roast Battle Show. You Look Like Roast on Instagram as well.
Yeah, you look like roast. The next two roasts we have are
February 13th at the Riot in
I'm on
Houston, and then we've got February 13th at the Riot in Houston, then we've got March 11th in Conroe.
That's actually hilarious. You're on the roast February 13th and I'm not. I'm out of town in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah.
February 13th. They're covering for me, but
Exactly.
yeah, we'll be at Conroe. You Look at the Conroe Riot, March 11th, February 13th in Houston, and March something in Houston.
Yeah, we got so much stuff going on.
We got the Riot Festival,
We got the Riot Festival. That's April 3rd through
April
5th.
3rd through 5th.
We'll be getting stuff there, and then you can find me on the road.
February 14th, I'm in Mason, Texas. February 19th, I'm in Bow Bridge, Louisiana. February 20th, Little Rock, Arkansas. February 21st, Senatobia, Mississippi. February 22nd, Nashville, Tennessee. February 27th, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And February 28th,